I went to this horrible dance class the other day. And when I say horrible dance class, for most people it was probably really good. It was just, I'm so sensitive to the infinite universal connection that I can't survive a couple of hours without it without being quite depressed. So I go to this class and we're learning interesting things about breathing, about expressing your energy and building up the energy inside your body. And on one hand, I kind of feel like this is good stuff. This is learning to use energies in parts of your body that most people don't know about. But at the same time, I think it is very important to expand beyond the body. We're not the body, and when you see yourself as a body, then you'll see yourself and the world in a disconnected way, as separated. Bodies separate from each other, they are different from each other, they challenge and bump into each other. Whereas when you see yourself and everyone as an infinite universal being, we're all part of the same field, we're all interconnected and flowing together, it creates a very different view of the world, which has a lot more love and connection in it. And a lot of people seem to be able to live seemingly happily in a world which they see as very disconnected. They like the borders between things. They like to be someone separate to other people, but it's such a lonely existence. To me, it seems inconceivable to be able to live in that way. And I think that it's really important to find that connectedness rather than that disconnectedness. So I think that when we're dancing, we need to be expanding, not filling our bodies with energy, but filling the universe with energy, expanding our universe into the infinite, expanding our energies into the infinite universe. And so this infinity connects us to all beings and to each other and to ourselves, our greater selves. When you're talking about ego versus spirit, am I seeing the world from an ego perspective, from a fearful, limited, small self perspective? Or am I seeing it from an infinite, cosmic, perfect self perspective? If you're practicing using your body in a way that is disconnecting from the rest of the universe, then you're actually practicing using your ego. Is this what you're wanting to do? Learn to expand and develop your ego? Well, in some ways you do need to expand and develop your ego, but you can expand and develop it into connecting with that spirit and becoming part of that universal consciousness. You don't have to expand and develop it into being more of an individualistic self. Now, if you do want to expand and develop into being more of an individualistic self, there is some sense where I can't criticize that. People have the freedom to choose how they're going to live. I think it's a sad way of living. I think it's a difficult way of living. But if that's how you choose it, then that's fine. That's how you choose it. But on the social level, on the transformation that is needed in the world, it's absolutely essential that we have people who are working from that universal connectedness. If we are operating from a space that is expanded but not infinite, it does not create connection, it does not create harmony, it does not resolve conflicts. You get a lot of people who are really believing in love as the answer. We expand ourselves into unconditional love, and we behave in a very different way, and because we're being so loving, we're going to solve the problems of the world. But it doesn't work like that. If you're disconnected, if you're separated, if your love is coming from a space where you are separate to the other, where it's dualistic, then you are creating separation. And by that separation, you will create discord and disharmony, and you will not solve problems. If you want to solve the problems of the world and create a better existence for all of us around here, then you need to be working from an expanded, infinite state of consciousness. And you need to be developing that in everything that you do. If you want to live in a world where your own life is harmonious and beautiful and happy and joyous, then you also need to be doing that. If you want your relationships to be flowing, you also need that. It's important. If you choose it not, you choose it not. But I can't recommend not choosing it. There is a certain learning and growth and difficulty that may come in learning to do this. But it's worth it. It's not that hard. So when you're moving your body, dance is a really good expression of our consciousness. And it's a really good way of developing your consciousness into an expansive form. Moving your body expresses the way that your consciousness moves. So if you expand yourself, your ego, your sense of self, then you also need to expand the energy that you're expressing through your body. So as you're expanding, the energy flows out through your fingers or through your elbows or your wrists or whichever part of you is leading that movement. There's like a line of energy, of light that shines out into the infinity, beyond the universe. So each step, each move that you make, you're expanding that into the infinite. And this should be true whether you're doing some kind of Tai Chi or Qigong or yoga or dance or other martial arts. Even if you're doing weightlifting, it should work this way. This is the correct way to express your energy and your body. And your body should flow following that energy expression. We don't start with the physical, we start with the energy. One of the tests that you can do to demonstrate how this works and to learn to do it well is to stick your arm out. I won't fit on the screen. To sit your arm out to the side and strengthen that arm with your muscles and get somebody to try and pull it down. And they'll be able to pull it with some effort. And then try and strengthen it without using muscles, without trying to hold your arm strong. Just try to extend your energy through that arm. But it has to extend out into infinity. It's not just in your body, it's beyond your body. And when you extend out into infinity, then the arm becomes quite strong. And it's the same with other things. You could do it with a finger. Not that I've ever done it before. But say I take that finger and I try and hold it up and push down. It's pretty weak. If I point that energy into infinity, let's see what happens. It's significantly stronger. It's not that strong, but it's stronger. Okay, so here is one principle that we need to work with when we are doing body movement that helps us to expand. Another principle that you can work with is the natural movement of the body. The body should move in a way that is relaxed and flowing, not stressful.